The Anointing on Facebook with Tia. Go ahead and subscribe. You would love the channel. Now let's get into it. Our subject is the trial of the Arkansas woman who traveled to Memphis to unalive her lover. Yeah. You know, the pastor got side pieces too. Did y'all not know that? Yeah, they do. And remember now, this happened in 2009. And she actually Paul the wife. But the wife lived because the wife testified on yesterday. Okay. She drove to Memphis and she sat down. You know, the pastor went down the wife. The wife let her in because the wife was aware that they would, she went to the church when he was in Arkansas. Now, I don't think he was the main pastor, but he was a pastor there. That's why they moved. She was going through a divorce, and I think going through the divorce and everything, they started sleeping together. Yeah, low down. And so she has been in jail. But I found out, according to the reports, she got out in 2023 and don't married a new man. Yeah. I guess they say he got her out, according to the reports that I have. The trial is going on right now. But she married a man and got out in 2023, and they said the wife didn't know. You know, anytime you do a crime like that, you're supposed to alert the person. But I guess they forgot that part. Okay, now, she's supposed to have the new husband who got out of prison or jail, and she got married. They say behind bars. That ain't unheard of, y'all. Folk marry folk every day behind bars, okay? All right. Over here on YouTube, don't forget the thumbs up. Thank you for coming on with me, baby. All right. Hello. Over on YouTube to everybody. And then they got on first degree M, criminal attempt, first degree again, and employing a firearm in the commission of a felony. Okay. The pastor, the woman was 39. She was a licensed social worker. Okay, that's fine. I mean that. She had a doctoral degree. And believe it or not, she was certified in anger management. Yeah. That's what they say now. And she has been held without bond. They said since 2019. But according to them, in 2023, she was let out. The man that she's currently married to let her out. But they didn't contact the wife. The wife didn't know. Do people? Yes, people get married behind bars, baby. They do. But they say she's always in Little Rock for something. Little Rock, Arkansas. And the defense opened it up where she was brokenhearted. She said he broke her heart. Let me tell y'all something. When you in a relationship with a married man, what you think gonna happen? Do y'all think they gonna marry y'all and just ride off to the sunset? They had moved and he wanted to call it off. Yeah. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I guess he was tired of doing wrong up there in that pulpit. The evidence shows that she bought the pawpaw on her way to Memphis to unalive him. Okay? Her name is Latasha Daniels. And she said, they quoted it, "You broke my heart." And so she was there having some drinks and talking. They didn't say what kind of drinks. Could have been drinking Coca-Cola. I don't know. They was sitting there. They was talking. They was chatting it up and everything. And then he came. And they talked for a few minutes more. And the both of them went to walk her to the door. And she popped out on him. She unloaded on him. The wife was down there trying to help her. And somehow she got away out of there because they said she pop out her sometimes on that floor. But she ran to the neighbor to get help. And then she did it in the shoulder. She didn't run. When the enforcement got there, she was still there. And so he was 36 at the time of his demise. And she was 39. And I told y'all the things that she was charged with. She fatal Paul, the pastor. She was a leader on some type of life group at the church she was at. She was going through a divorce and everything. The pastor was looking good. And she thought the pastor was going to leave it wide for her. It never happens like that, y'all. No. What you say, Doc, it never happens like that. And so I told you what they're charged her with. And again, they keep bringing up, they want to say she lost touch with reality. And that's the reason why she did. He broke her heart. And she showed up about 9 or 10 because she drove there. And they saying she drove there in intentions to do that. And, and I got the date. I think the affair, the relationship, sexually intimate, started back in 2017. And I think she put 5 pows in him. She wanted to make sure he was gone. And so she wanted to feel the hurt. Let him feel the hurt that she felt. But when you a side piece and they got a wife, go ahead and take your place. Because your place may never be the first lady. See, we got to understand when no means no and go on and let your no be no. You can't get in this stuff and fall in love with these pastors. It ain't even right. It's now. I want y'all to tell me. I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you understand, he broke her heart. She wanted to go ahead and just pop out him. Put a 1 if you understand it. Put a 2 in the chat if she could have refrained from that. Hey, Miss Diane loved herself enough to walk away. Put it in the chat. 1 in the chat if you understand. The pastor got what he deserved. She was the side piece. She did it. He broke her heart. So she gonna get rid of him. Put a 1 if you believe that. Put a 2 in the chat if you can't take nobody life like that. Go on. Wash your face. And thank God that you out of there. And don't go looking for a home when somebody already got one. I'm just saying. A 2, okay. A 2, Miss Harris say, because you can't go around unaliving folk. Miss Diane put a 2. Hey, Miss Bobby, don't y'all forget to hit the thumbs up for me, ladies. Yeah, 2. When you going around messing with these men and they got a wife, what you expect? I mean, really, so many people just been coming to me talking about they don't fall in love with these men. How you fall in love with him? And he got a whole wife. Where they do that at? Huh? Now, let's move on because we got to move on because I got to be off in about 4 minutes. Listen. I just brought a case to y'all about a young lady named Ramika Meeks. She lost her life to a girl named Holly. I don't think that's a real name. And it was all over a man. And this is the thing. I've been divorced from that first husband 20-some years. But he ain't finna let no harm come to me. If somebody trying to do something to pop out, he gonna get right in the middle. So that woman went with that man 9 years. Her sister saying a little bit, not much. But she tired of him lying. Thank you, Miss Carter, always rocking with us. Thank you, girl. He was unalive. When you say unalive, what you mean he was unalive? No, I ain't talking about the pastor no more. And I should have said he helped unalive her. Now all these videos coming out. And the only person can have them is him. And he ain't got nothing to do with it. Come on. Let me tell y'all something. A man can stop a lot of stuff that's going on with women. They can. First of all, stop trying. That girl was ready to go on with her life. They said they had never met. You think I'm going to go out here losing my career, my license, and everything, fussing about a man? I ain't. And they said she could have walked away. So let me tell y'all something. And I don't promote violence. But sometimes street violence is worse than the justice. What you say? Sometimes street violence is worse. And then they was on a broadcast or whatever. I don't ask me the name of the people, but it's over on YouTube. And the sister was telling the guy out. And you know what he told her? I know one thing you ain't got is Ramika. You gonna tell that sister that and somebody don't alive her? Where's your heart? Where is it? Where your heart? Where your heart? Karma out here is real, y'all. Karma real. And everybody they want to say, a lot of mental health issues going on. But in that case, I think it was jealousy. I really do. I want y'all to be very honest and transparent. If anybody ever confronted you about something was yours, put a 1 in the chat. What did you say, Doc? If anybody ever confronted you about something was yours. See, because this is the thing. How could she be so afraid of her and her son just been with them on Family Day? And let me tell y'all something else. Hey, Miss Alice, tell y'all something else. Stop getting in the other content creator platform and arguing. Okay? Stop doing that. It ain't a good look. And I don't like for them to be in there cussing y'all out. If people want to have 100 babies, let them have it. Congratulate them. I mean, really, I really mean congratulate them. Say God bless you. But arguing and going back and forth with somebody here, sometimes people will throw out a storyline so they can run the bag up by the comments. Okay, well, that's good. Ain't nobody putting that in the chat. So ain't nobody been fronted by a woman or a man or whatever the case may be. Because you got to be careful going confront people now. Don't you? Don't you? I ain't confront nobody about nobody. Baby, you can have them. Good riddance to y'all. Yes. So I just came on that really to shed light about the pastor. I'll be back with that. Because I'm listening to the court thing. I'm working and listening. Uh-huh. Now, I don't want y'all to get, I'm not trying to argue with nobody. Me either, Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy, I'm so unbothered, y'all. Did I tell him, you can have them, whoever. Who is this? I do not like what you're watching. Real simple. Move on. Exactly. If you don't like it, move on. How you gonna tell somebody how to run their platform? I don't get it. That's weird to me. That's just like, how you gonna tell people, not to have children? You ain't got to take care. Children are a blessing. They really are. But who are we to start telling folks? Because you ain't gonna tell me how to run this thing. I think I got it on lock. But I'm just saying, you have to be mindful how you go. And then let me tell y'all something. If y'all go to a platform where they cuss you out every day, what you keep going there for? I ain't going nowhere I ain't want it. I'm like Russell Westbrook now. I ain't going nowhere where I ain't want it. But you got to be careful, like Miss Kathy say. I guard my peace. I guard it with everything. And I'll say it. Baby, before I get out here and start fussing with these folks, they can have them. Yeah. Now, y'all, what was that little girl name? Where they arrested that mama and that son down on $5 million bond. What was that young girl name?
She was 17.
She was 17. Her sister dropped off at the house. The mama and them said they didn't have nothing to do with it. They have charged the mama and the son. I'll be back. The little girl, pretty girl, 17 years old. Remember, they found the remains in a car, hot car. Thank you for relief that headache. Yeah, that's right. When they're headache, you gotta let them go. But we'll be bringing that story, and also we'll talk. What is the other one? The Ramika is back in here, so we will talk about that. Oh, Kata Scott. After all this time, Kata Scott husband, boyfriend talking. Why? Kata Scott was the little girl from Philadelphia. I don't understand. Just in Atlanta, I think it was Duluth, Georgia, but that's up around Atlanta. A guy just unalived his ex-girlfriend, taking her away from her 3 children. What is going on? A plane crashed in Louisville. It's so many things that's going on. So many. That's right. One time, Miss Joanne, that's it. You better not even holler at me.
Thomas.
London. That's the little girl name. London Thompson. We're going to bring you updates because which one don't have a bond? The son. The son doesn't have a bond and she on the $5 million. When parents have started helping their sons or daughters unalive folk. And y'all, the monkeys. Thank you, Miss Diane. The monkeys is showing up in Mississippi now. Some people say they have never looked at the movie Outbreak. Yeah, it's Outbreak. That's the name of that movie. Y'all should go look at it. I'm sure it's streaming on Roku and all that. The name of it is Outbreak, and it's with a monkey. Now, they don't let that semi overturn with the monkeys. Are they doing anything to find the monkeys? Because one woman, she went ahead and unalive her, and I don't blame her. So those are the things we're going to be talking about. Sorry it's late, y'all, but y'all know I'm depending on Tia iPad. She has to hook it up. I'm going to see when my computer get it, the new one, but we don't know why I can't go live on my devices. It's something we could have hit or something we don't know. But y'all keep these things in mind. Hey, Miss Anita, how you doing, baby? I just want y'all to just pray. Pray for this world. Pray for everybody in it. And pray for our children and our women. Because people are alive in them like it's nothing. I love you. God loves you more. Y'all have a good night.